G'day guys, Steve Morgan here at the 7th round of the 2018 Costa Brim Series. This is the Atomic sponsored round on the Hawkesbury River. I'm here with the Boda winner Kris Hickson. Kris Hickson, you may remember, won this event when it was the grand final a few years ago, and he took himself away about $30,000 worth of outboard motor. Now this weekend, Kris, wasn't as productive, only about $3,500 I think there in the prize pool, but must be satisfying to be up on top of the tree again because you've had a lot of close calls in the last few years.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've had a win. I think it's plenty of top 10s, pretty consistent up there, but just same old fishing for me. I like to be consistent, and but this weekend I swung for the fence. I went for the big ones, and I got a couple of them, which was nice. So,
mate, that's an understatement. You got a couple of nice ones. You got two fish that were around 1.4 kilos each, all out of the racks, and we saw some in the highlights last night. They don't get much of a chance to run around, do they? Like, you've got to go hard on them in the racks.
Yeah, you do. You don't like. There's not a lot of room in there. Luckily, the one on the first day was off kind of a washboard and some poles, so there was nothing out from it, and I sort of coaxed him out to start with. Today, the big girl was in some the washboard one side, rails the other side, and a couple of posts, but it did nothing. It was like I thought it was a big flathead to start with. It just lobbed on the lure, lobbed on a chubby. I wound it up, saw the dinner plate roll, and then just fed it to it straight in the net. So that was her.
That's exactly what you want in a tournament, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, I had a couple other nice fish today, like 900, 950. That one of them I called for a 2 keg. It was a giant. I actually thought midway through the fight I'd hooked a Jew in the racks. So, but yeah, that's just the difference in fish.
Mate, you've got a few, you've got the rod reel lures you use for us. Let's go through this. I'm going to hand you this mic and you can run us through this gear you've got.
All right, so it was pretty much I'm using my Old Faithful. I'm actually packed for Korea at the moment. We're heading off on Thursday, Liam Carruthers and I, for a bass tournament. So I've got a fair bit of stuff packed up. So I pulled out the old girl. That's the Silver Wolf I helped sort of design to fish the racks with. 2,500 reel, 10-pound J-braid, 10-pound, some prototype Daiwa leader, and the RCS, or the Daiwa Custom Project round knob as well. I find that really good if you've got a winch on them. It doesn't matter where you grab it, it's the right spot in your hand.
And that's some drag there.
Now, back that off to the line out, so basically no drag comes off. It's lock solid. That's one of the outfits I used when I was throwing the Z-Man grub. Had a couple other rods that I was throwing the crab and the chubby on, but that's kind of my favourite, that one. So
mate, take us through some of the baits then.
Yeah, so originally yesterday the majority of what I was throwing was the Z-Man bloodworm grub, 2.5-inch grub, heap of blue crab procure on it, 16th ounce head, number 1 headlock HD, so pretty much lob it out down the rails at a pole, whatever. And I wasn't so much doing a hop as a bit of a drag with that one this weekend because the bite was really timid. Did miss quite a few fish on that at stages. The big one didn't miss it, luckily, or he kind of did. And then if they were doing that, I switched to the chubby. So the big one today actually came on a silent brown Suzy chubby. I'd fished the place that I was one way. I turned around and came back the other side to fish some different stuff, and yeah, he was just on the other side of the poles, which was nice. And then when they got fussy on the grub in a lot of the pole areas and the floating racks that were there, I swapped to a crab just to dump down on the poles. The bite was really timid. It was a real tail pulling bite. You could feel them peck it and load up, and the tail would come out on the grub a lot of the time. With the floating trebles on the crab, you don't miss too many of them. Given I did pull the hooks on a couple because it was just pinning them in the lip, but that pretty much saved me today.
Mate, I think if you made that a motor oil colour Z-Man grub, there is your trio of money winningest lures in ABT in the last 10 years. Sitting in my hand right there, isn't it?
I still like my bloodworm. Yeah, that bit of flash, the UV's good in the racks, but that little bit of flash catches their eye sometimes, so it's just an Old Faithful for me. Yep.
Mate, I think you're already pretty much qualified for the grand final this year. Let's look forward to Victoria at the end of the year. A triple venue event. You excited about that? Because guys like you sort of thrive when you get thrown onto a waterway where no one's really just dialed it right in. Like, you're pretty quick at getting it dialed in.
Yeah, the dialing it in is probably not going to be the issue. It's beating the local guys that already know those places really well. They know pretty much where those fish, or the big fish, are going to sit, and because you're not going to have to manage your spots, you've got to go all out every day. That's not what I tend to like to do. I like to be able to manage my spots, work on it. Same as today, after yesterday, I knew where I needed to be at what time today. Leaving the bung out threw a spanner in the works for that and losing a couple of hours. But I'm not going to be able to do that in that grand final. You're just going to have to swing for the fence every day and try and catch big ones. So it's good. I like the variety. That's what ABT is so good at, mixing it up and giving us something different. And that's why we keep coming back. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, mate. Oh, well, look, you've You've done really well. You've been smashing it on the bass side. You're smashing it on the brim side. I'm going to give you a handful of lures back here, mate, and we're going to see you at the next event.